Hello and welcome to our final viewing of Animation versus Minecraft shorts.
Mhm.
Um, in- um, anyway,
Yeah.
let's get started, shall we?
Also, one thing you would need to note is the fact that this is essentially a giant compact video of all the episodes that were released essentially months apart between each other. So if there may be some pacing issues here and there due to this, but that's pretty much it.
Okay, well, let's take a look.
Blue was an employee of Los Pokémon. Now, that purple stuff that he's eating, they're called nether warts, and the only way you can find them are in the nether. And he's just about to eat his last one.
That wasn't very audible. What's that?
The purple things that Blue is eating are called nether warts, and you can only find them in the nether organically.
Okay.
And since they're his favorite thing to eat, he requires them. Or just a spice or what have you. Of course, traversing the nether was a bit of a taboo for these other stick figures because of all the trials and tribulations they had to endure from going through it in the first place. So, yeah. And since Orange, who's actually saw his friends die, is the most conservative of the bunch in terms of venturing out, he's obviously the main authority figure to prevent stick figures from leaving the comfort of Alan's PC. You may notice that the Nether is very different from when we last saw it, and that's because of the new Nether update.
Huh.
So yeah, these Hoglins are another new addition.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you got. Yeah, we know where the good stuff is. Don't worry.
This is definitely very high quality.
Mm-hmm.
I will admit, though, I don't know if this is necessarily very much my thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, the writing
it's
definitely picks up later on in the season.
well, I mean, just in general, the whole thing is very technically impressive,
Mm-hmm.
but I yeah, I just haven't done this isn't necessarily like this whole season isn't like this. Like I think that this is very interesting. It's a very neat little oddity,
Mm-hmm.
but uh, I haven't. I'm not terribly invested in it, I guess you could say. And I guess you're not really meant to be. It's not drama. It's just a little cute little comedy thing. Comedy, nothing really.
In a way, but it does actually have some very interesting themes that it explores later on in full-on character arcs. And what's impressive about those character arcs is that they're shown purely visually, without any dialogue. And that's why Alan Becker's content stands out a lot more than a lot of other content in my eyes. It's because he's able to convey so much information without any dialogue.
Hmm. Yeah. He's got a sniffer pig.
Yes.
Okay, that's kind of clever, I suppose.
Yeah, Red is the one who will always try to resolve certain conflicts with as aid of animals.
Mm.
Oh. Oh, though. So yeah, in Minecraft, the only way that these guys will be friendly to you is if you wear a golden helmet. If not, they'll be hostile. Yeah, these fellows are called Striders.
Okay.
Also known as ball sacks with legs.
Also, you
Only
may
much
notice
more hairy.
you may have noticed that the baby Hoglin gave Blue some mushroom food that he thought Blue would like, but as soon as he tasted it, he despised it. So, in order
I
to be
didn't notice
friendly, he just
that.
resorted. Yeah, he says resorted that mushroom back into his pocket. But now you see that actually has a payoff because
Huh.
these guys like those mushroom things. Another difference is you may realize that this season actually has an original soundtrack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's different from the previous seasons. You actually hired a composer to create unique music. You know, since these guys are zombie piglins that can't really die because they're already dead. Well, in the traditional sense.
Mm. Mm.
Put that over their Harlan racism.
Okay, so that's kind of touching.
We did it, boys. Racism is no more.
And here's all of our food supply.
Bum, 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 bum.
Damn. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, that thing that looked like orange was not orange. Wait, stop it, boys. It looks like a cousin I once had. Oh, you like him too? I guess you're alright then.
Neither, boys. I fray. I'm looking for blue.
I want to tell you a story. I want to discuss about your car's extended warranty plan.
Oh, that just makes me think of the used car salesman that is the main bad guy in Wheel of Time, the TV show at least. Yeah, that's what he looks like. Like that's what the book cloaks have nicknamed him, and I agree with that assessment. He does look like a used car salesman. He doesn't look like a bad guy. What? A llama? He's supposed to be dead.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Are you yellow? Then show me that you're an engineer. I'm gonna create an overly complicated machine to have the most basic output you can possibly imagine. Wait. I like the subtle movements and a lot of like the animals that make them feel a lot more lively.
Oh, it's bruh. Amogus. Top 10 anime fight scenes.
Yeah, one of the advantages of limiting a lot of your characters to these specific abilities is that they now have to adapt in more unique ways to overcome challenges.
Mm. Excuse me. Okay, very Tantalus. Huh.
Yeah, the witch just turned him to an automatic machine. Because the witch also needs those nether warts to create her own potions. Which is why the nether warts are...
Or sorcerer. It kind of looks more like a dude than a guy.
Mm-hmm. Which is why the nether warts were taken in the first place, because the witch took them.
So, how's it? So it's a witch. How do we know it's a witch? Just curious.
Because the mob in Minecraft usually just labels him as a witch.
Fair enough. And as we know, thou must not suffer a witch to live.
Mm-hmm.
Admittedly, that is a mistranslation because basically just it's mistranslation since it really means murderer, not an actual practitioner of the dark arts.
Yeah.
Which they were primitive enough to believe in,
Mm-hmm.
along with other gods.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like how they kept going after Baal and Ashtoreth.
Yeah.
Probably because they had much looser sex laws than Jehovah did.
Mm-hmm. You want to satisfy that desire.
Oh, definitely. That's why a lot of them did it,
Mm-hmm.
along with just sacrificing to pagan deities like Molech.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Molech's the worst.
No,
Definitely. Yeah, Molech's definitely out of the ancient deities that the Israelites went after. Molech was definitely the worst.
Yeah. Where a lot of human sacrifices.
And like a kid sacrifice too.
Yeah.
That's the worst aspect of Molech worship.
I think we were talking about Molech as Blue was just sacrificed and creating potions.
Sorry, you go a little bit low.
No, I just like how we were talking about Molech. Meanwhile, Blue as a piston was just creating a bunch of potions to save his friends.
It's like poetry, it rhymes.
Yeah. Oh, they're all color coordinated. Oh, now they are. Yeah. The blue, the red, and the color spectrum.
I'm bogus.
Very much Mad Madam Mim and Merlin.
Mm-hmm. Also, I like how they were essentially mobs that were each other's foils, where one automatically ousted the other. Yeah. Oh dear God.
Now this is an Avengers level threat.
Yeah. I like it was also an organically interweaved reference from the first season.
Yep, and the All Might reference. Gigapig.
Nice.
Oh, hello. Yeah, the reason why there was another porter there in the first place is because Purple made it.
Hence why it's so purple.
Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
dude.
speaking of which,
Coincidence? I think not!
So like you said, speaking of which, and then the bottom title just says, "Oh, the witch," because that's the episode. No, this episode is when very this very essential figure will be introduced that will alter the entire season.
And his name is John C.
Also, I like the little subtle details, like, oh, it was Red that wanted everybody else to join in with whatever Purple wanted to do because he's the most empathetic of the group due to his, love for animals. Yeah, this episode's titled Parkour, which is another aspect of Minecraft that's actually quite popular.
Mm.
Also, like this track also plays into their very competitive side to one another that was established in the first two seasons,
Okay.
whether it be building contests or just creating better instruments or through minecart competition.
And basically, Purple is the one orchestrating all of these tests.
Well, he had help, and you'll find out who did, who helped him very soon.
Or will you? Hey, Vsauce, Michael here.
Also, like the eerie silence over this whole ordeal. Like, there's still something not quite right with this. Red's obviously very excited because he never wins anything. Also, like how the ground is color coordinated to the specific figure. It's a tall boy.
It's the Matrix.
An infinite loop. Okay. Creative.
Ah, yes, Spider-Man: Far From Rome.
So, remind me who this is.
He's a newly introduced character. So yeah. His main plan was to have Purple encourage the stick figures to participate in this challenge run, so that way they will eventually be separated from each other, which in turn will leave Alan's PC undefended so he can steal the Minecraft icon. And the reason why he knows they have the Minecraft icon is because he watched the first Animation versus Minecraft video. You're supposed to destroy the cringe, not join them.
Too late.
To bring balance to the Keck, not leave it in darkness.
Yeah, you might notice that block he has on the edge of his staff is the command block that we saw in season 1, where it's essentially just allowing you to code Minecraft within Minecraft.
Hmm. Okay.
Oh, hello. I also like how the reason how each stick figure is able to kind of escape their little infinite loop is actually something that's kind of extended to their personality. Green realized that Purple flew past this chamber, meaning that this entire chamber is probably constructed and made of obsidian, something along those lines, something he could destroy. Yellow realized that the command console was responsible for allowing them to teleport, so he utilized his engineering capabilities or computer science capabilities to hack it. And then Orange used the more combative approach to solve the issue. Also, what I think is really interesting is the reason why the king, or is essentially what Orange is, the tall orange figure is referred to as, the reason why he doesn't straight up kill these stick figures is because if he does, then they'll just respawn back at Alan's PC, which was something that was established in the first season. And since he watched the very first episode, it's very much, we can infer that he watched all the other episodes as well. So that's why he knows too much about them. So yeah, does that make sense why he would just imprison them?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to Chad.
The virgin villagers of the Chad Ravager.
Oh. Well, this episode is called Titan Ravager. So even though in vanilla Minecraft there's no such thing as a Ravager of this size, there are smaller ones which pillagers use in raiding occupations on these villagers. What I like about this episode is how they resolve this conflict. It's not through traditional force and fighting skills, because yellow and blue are not very good at that. So instead, they resolve the conflict through a way that they know how to properly resolve it, which is through farming and engineering. Blue is better at with farming and with natural medicines, and yellow is better with creating machines to solve certain conflict. So I like how this conflict kind of complements that. Yeah, that white stuff that they're putting in is called bone meal, and in Minecraft it accelerates the growth of plants. And that's an actual, well, minus the machine gun aspect of this, that's an actual farm you can make. In terms of the ingenuity behind it. Yeah, and also you can have villagers farm these food for you as well. It's a bit tricky. Those are all the kinds of farms you can make.
All hail the New York Giants.
Oh no. His family. Hello. Yeah, they don't really know who's really behind all this. They just know that Purple's involved. So. If we went along with what I wanted, we'd all be fine by now. No, we were having fun, but you were just you just want to conserve us to Alan's PC so we can die, we can be bored to death. Well, it was actually your idea, so to get us here, so it's really your fault that why we're in this mess. Oh no.
When an unstoppable force meets an immovable object.
Yeah, these are the two best fighters of the bunch. Yeah, when nighttime occurs, is when all the monsters spawn. So. I like how everything else is like a secondary priority. Yeah, this episode is called Lost Cave.
I may be heretical in saying this, but I kind of get Batman v Superman vibes whenever I watch this. Like I said, I might be heretical.
Yeah. It's a very interesting comparison.
Since Batman v Superman is one of the worst movies ever made.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Man of Steel is worse than Batman v Superman. Man of Steel is way dumber than Batman v Superman, even though Save Martha is pretty stupid in and of itself.
It's also pretty funny.
They're both so dour and lame.
I mean, like the Martha part was funny, like the memes from that.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Save Martha. The only thing that would have been better if it was in a hoarse voice.
Agreed. Yeah, that's just a regular Minecraft player. Hello. So, you have chosen death.
Eat steak.
Animation versus Animator all over again now.
You've got mail.
Oh, hello. Oh, you're not supposed to be here. I think what makes season 3 stand out from the previous seasons is that it gives every stick figure a lot more room to breathe, to have episodes solely concentrated on them. Welcome to my home. These are my tunes. This is my artwork. I made both myself.
The council will judge your fate.
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Nonsense, you have all the weed you could possibly want. So yeah, the king is trying to lull them into a false sense of security so they can potentially, well, what he thinks he could possibly gather any kind of information on the whereabouts of the other stick figures, specifically orange and red. But of course, since the stick figures don't actually know where orange or red are located. Things are maybe a bit more dire.
Allahu Akbar!
Yeah, since the Minecraft icons that essentially gave the stick figures all their powers and properties, so like in Minecraft, they're now no longer on Alan's PC. All the stick figures are now unable to interact with the aspects of Minecraft now because of this. So. Hello. Get Alpha ratio purple.
Top 10 anime fight scenes.
Hello. Yeah, like I said, it took him, and it seems like 3 days for he to create this one action scene you see right here. See, now this would have happened if Blue wasn't a drug addict.
This kind of reminds me of the Buzz Lightyear movie
How?
with the Unimind and pushing Buzz into this thing of light, or something good into something evil, I guess you could say, or a giant ball of evil.
I haven't seen Lightyear, so.
Not Lightyear, the actual Buzz Lightyear movie. That was
the good
precursor to, the one that was a precursor to the animated show, which was actually pretty good.
Okay.
That's the one I'm referring to. I never saw Lightyear. I just listened to people talk about it, since I was just like, I'm not gonna spend either time or money listening to this.
I remember seeing the show you're talking about, but I don't think I saw that particular movie.
The movie's pretty fun. Emperor Zurg is freaking hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what are your thoughts on the midpoint of this season?
It's neat. I think there's some like good writing choices. I think there's a lot of talent on display. It's just not my thing. And it's not like that engaging to me. So
Okay. Well, it does get better as episodes go on. Like the finale for this season is Alan Becker's best work.
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily a question of quality so much as just this is
personal taste.
This is a very much a personal taste thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I think this definitely takes a lot of talent to do, and definitely takes a lot of talent to come up with and convey a lot of these ideas.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just not engaging to me. I'm very, very sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm not the best commentator, really.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, this mob, by the way, is Minecraft's most powerful mob. However, he can only detect you through sound cues because he's blind. And this mob is called the Warden, who still believes that he's defending a vibrant, living city, despite the fact that it's all rusted and decayed. Yes, he doesn't have the Minecraft block anymore. He can go into creative and just provide himself with any object he needs. He's now at a bare minimum.
Hmm.
Tyrion once said, "Words sharpen the mind," or in this case, music notes.
Hmm. And a new guy joins the party.
Yeah, this warden essentially believes that he's a villager that he needs to defend because only villagers, or he believes only villagers can create those musical tunes.
So he's essentially Toby from The Great Mouse Detective.
In a way, yeah.
I do need to rewatch that movie. That's a great movie.
Agreed. I haven't seen it in like 15 years or something.
Yeah. It's got like one of the best villains of Disney and hero pairings.
Agreed.
I'm sorry, which movie? I wasn't listening.
The Great Mouse Detective.
I think I've seen that one, but it was like when I was a kid. I don't really remember.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and since the warden can't see, Orange has to guide his movement. Now, this episode's really interesting because it's not utilizing something that's within Minecraft, it's utilizing something that's within Minecraft community, which entails, well, monster school. Like, oh, what if all the monsters were actually being trained by Herobrine, and that's the reason why they know how to manipulate their moves to attack the player. It was a very nostalgic series that came out back in like 2012 and 13. So this episode pays homage to that in a very clever way. Especially since they used Herobrine before in the first episode of Animation vs. Minecraft. And so this Herobrine figure has history with this red guy because he possessed them in the first episode. Allah Akbar!
How do you think Steve from Minecraft acquired his house? Through jihad.
Kamikaze creepers.
This is very likely going to be an entirely boring commentary. There isn't really much to talk about.
Yeah. There are some interesting setups in this sequence that will be paid off later on.
Okay.
Yeah, like the ones that screwed up the most are going to be the ones that you should pay attention to.
Mm.
Yeah, like a as soon as Red realized he can't get out of these weird sessions, you might as well just partake in them until they lead somewhere that's not this prison. We can get back to another portal. Also, if Orin didn't create those nether portals to essentially prevent King's fireballs from essentially consuming most of the landscape that his friends inhabited, Red would not be in this situation. So it's very interesting how that action had a ripple effect into this episode. Yeah, Herobrine is very much an eldritch god. Yeah, the Skeleton, Enderman, and Spider that are all part of the Yellow team were also the ones that are getting the worst grades along with Red, so they're also the ones that got bullied the most, as you can see. And one of the reasons why the Enderman, Spider, and Skeleton bullied Red the most is because they realized that, oh, this individual is someone who can kind of distribute that anger upon someone else that was festering upon the other people that are bullying them. So it is an interesting take on the bully victim dynamic, where like bullies were essentially also being bullied by other people.
It's fairly accurate.
Yeah. And I love that they put Red in this conflict specifically because he's the most empathetic one of the group. Like, if you put Green or Yellow in this group, he would have just jumped in that nether portal and not think about it. Also, this episode has my personal favorite soundtrack. Yeah, since the stick figures were very established to be very intelligent and how they adapt to their situations, I think like they are the ones that are coming up with the more creative solutions and not the regular mobs. Because they're mostly very restricted to their code. No. Yeah, the Enderman can only teleport at short intervals, and they also have a fear of water, so that's why he can teleport across the chasm.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, Orange was messing around with the warden and trying to flee for his life. Red was just getting bullied at school.
This. Have either of you ever seen or heard of Chaotic?
Is a TV show?
Refuses to elaborate. Asks if anybody's ever heard a scene of Chaotic. Refuses to elaborate. Leaves.
So, have either of you watched or heard of Chaotic?
No.
I don't think so.
It's a show that's based on a Danish card game where these kids get teleported to a cyber reality where they turn into the creatures from the game in arena battles, while also plays. You find you go to the world where the monsters live, and one of the creatures is a thing called Borth Majar.
Oh.
And Borth Majar actually looks like the stick figure on top of the giant ape thing. That's kind of the gimmick. It's that he's a small creature on top of a bigger creature.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, he's got his own unique backstory where his two sides used to be stuck together, and then they realized that. Then they got split apart, but realized, hey, we got to stick together in order to beat our enemies.
Interesting. Also, the reason why the pillagers, also those gray creatures, were called pillagers. And the reason why they invaded now is because the Titan Ravagers are no longer a threat to this village, meaning that they don't have any competition, so the village is now left to be vulnerable towards them. So I wouldn't really call like the pillagers only arriving at the village to be convenient because there was a direct cause and effect.
Okay.
Yeah, whenever it shows... Oh, yes?
I was just saying, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever it shows, like whatever the stick figures were doing, at this point you have to keep in mind that Red is currently at school and the Orange is still trying to run away from the Warden, essentially. Because all this kind of happened simultaneously. Yeah, and since Yellow stole the command block that Orange used previously, he's now trying to utilize that into a weapon of his own. Oh, that's an enchantment table. That's where you can add more upgrades to your weapon.
Cool.
Also,
Is it okay if we were to get to a stopping point, say an hour and a half? Because I'm just getting really tired.
Yeah, we can stop it after the season if you want.
This episode,
or as in now. Oh, okay.
Yes, I'm just.
Okay.
I'm just sorry to lose energy, and I've got to be at work tomorrow.
Okay.
I got to wake up at 7 a.m.
Yeah. Okay, that's understandable. Yeah, I thought you meant in an hour and a half from now, and I was like, oh, okay.
No, I'm just talking about now because I'm just I feel rather gassed, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's completely understandable.
Yeah, so I guess we'll just bookmark it as 1:30. Well, what's this? Let's see. Okay, 5. We'll go to the 5-minute timestamp, and then we'll just finish at another time.
Okay.
I'm just feeling gassed.
Yeah, no worries.
It's been a bit of a long day at the office. Hurricane Hillary can go suck a bag of dicks.
And it's very unfortunate that California had information that would lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton.
Oh, I just hate Hurricane Hillary because she makes my life hard. She's made my life completely monotonous for the past few days. It's just like cancellation after cancellation after cancellation after cancellation after cancellation.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, yeah, I understand. I just don't like it.
Mm-hmm. Especially say, well, since King Orange killed your family, might as well help us kill him. Yeah, since he found well, since the two Minecraft blocks merged, there's now essentially an antimatter equivalent of that Minecraft block.
Hmm.
So he's essentially utilizing that to create copy and pasted minions off of their own allies.
It kind of reminds me of Aku when he created slime monsters to fight against Samurai Jack.
Mm.
I, Aku, the shape-shifting master of darkness, unleashed an unspeakable evil.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'll have a large. What? Extra thick.
I still need to watch Samurai Jack the final season. Well,
You
really,
should. It's definitely worth to watch.
yeah, I know what happens in
Mhm.
it. I just haven't watched it in an official capacity.
Yeah. Yeah, we can pause it right about now.
Hmm.
We can pause it now. Okay.
Alrighty, boys. It has been fun, but
Mm-hmm.
I do have to. I do have to go to bed. I'm out of energy. I'm very sorry that I can't keep going. I would like to though. Oh, we'll just finish it up another time.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yep.
Alrighty, boys.